Hey YouTube, this is Gracie and welcome back to my channel. So I'm continuing on with my mini card series by showing you guys how to make a Disneybounding Wendy Darling greeting card. Last week's video I showed how to make a mini Tinkerbell card, and the week before that I showed how to make a mini Captain Hook card. And if you guys are interested in seeing those videos, I will be making a playlist so you can watch them in order. And go ahead and stay tuned for next week's video because I'm going to again be continuing on with this mini series. And who knows what Peter Pan character I'll do next. So my inspiration for today's card was definitely Wendy's nightgown slash dress. And I did mostly the blue color that she wears. And on the very back side I included on top of a blue piece of cardstock some Stickles, which obviously is pixie dust. And then I kind of liked the double layer here. You can actually see some of the Stickles past the vellum there, which I thought was kind of a cool textured look. But I did the vellum because it's very soft, just like her nightgown is. It's very flowy, very soft. I also did the 3 ribbons down the middle or the center because her nightgown is cinched in the waist by another ribbon or a tie. And then the bow on top is to emulate her bow in her hair. Now on the very inside is definitely a pop of color and a little bit of swirl because this emulates her hair. Now it really does depend on which part of the movie you're looking at or what types of pictures you're looking at of Wendy, because her hair kind of changes colors a little bit, but this is mainly the color that you see most of her hair. And I did it through the embossing folder with these swirls to emulate the curls and the little curl cues in her bangs. Now that's pretty much all I did to you know, get those Wendy inspiration there. So go ahead and show you guys how to make that. The very first step, obviously you got to have your card. So I usually use a 5.5 by 4 inch card, and for this mini card series all I did was cut that card in half. So you'll see here, this is your full-size card, and I cut that down to about 2 3/4, and that pretty much cut it down the middle. So what you'll do first is take your mini card, then you'll cut down your first piece of cardstock, oops, excuse me, which was this blue color here. And then what you'll do is, let me move this card aside here. What you'll do next is take your Stickles and just do it around the borders here to kind of create a frame, because you're not going to really see it down the center because of all the ribbon and the bow that you'll have. Now you can make a little design if you want, but just kind of spread it around, make some little swirls, that kind of thing here. Let's get some of this out. Obviously this is my favorite Stickles because it's about half empty, and then you'll want to do the same on the bottom. If you make little swirls, sometimes it does show. I ended up making a larger version of this card for my sister-in-law because she just recently became a mother to my beautiful nephew, and I wanted to make a large card for her. So that's kind of what I did. I did these little swirls on her card, and it did show through a little bit the way that the Stickles dried. So all I'm doing now is taking my Q-tip and spreading it around. You'll want to spread it and dab it. By dabbing it at hopefully the idea is to not get all of the glitter on the tip of the Q-tip, and instead keeping it on the card. So that's all you'll pretty much do, is just kind of spread that around, dab it. That way it will shine through the vellum and you'll see the texture of the Stickles and the glitter, but also it'll have a little bit of shimmer. And that's pretty much it. That's all you'll want to do for your border. Stickles do take some time to dry, so you'll want to either just leave that out over a period of time. Last time I left it out for about an hour and it dried completely. Or you can take a heating gun, which looks a little like this here, and you want to be careful with that because especially with glitter, you can definitely get it a little smoky. So you just want to be careful and just very lightly dry that, or you can use a hair dryer, whatever you have in hand. So with a little bit of Disney magic, voila, we have one dried and ready to go. Now I dried this one with the heating gun, so you'll see that it is a little bit warped, but that's totally fine because you're going to actually glue that down to your card surface. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now you can do a different step here, and instead of gluing this directly down, you can put your ribbon around the vellum and the cardstock, and that way you don't have to have the back side there, but I really liked that extra layer, so I'm going to do it the original way. So I'm taking my multi-liquid glue here from Tombow, and I'm just doing a very light thin line around the whole border of the cardstock to make sure it stays, and a little bit down the center, just some swirls. And you'll just go ahead and flip that over, and this size is just a little bit under the size of the card. I kind of liked the idea of having a little bit of a border on this one, and of course you'll want to press that down firmly because the cardstock is warped. And there you have it, it's all nice and glued down. The next step you'll want to do is take your ribbon. I decided on this blue kind of shiny ribbon just because I thought it looked nice. Oh, actually, we almost forgot a step. Once again, I keep doing this. You'll take your vellum, and I'm going to show all of the card sizes down below in the description box. And what you'll want to do here is just put some glue dots or pop dots down the center. Let me see if I can find mine. In this case, I'm actually going to use some glue tape or some little sticky tape here. Because this is clear, you won't see it. Just in case your ribbon moves, you want to make sure you can't see the glue or whatever you've used. And just go ahead and place that down on your card and press down the center. Now, I don't mind the vellum showing or moving a bunch because the inside is actually beautiful. So if it does show, it's okay. And you don't want to have too much glue or anything showing, so I don't mind that being loose. Now you'll want to flip your card over and go ahead and place your ribbon down on the back side. And I'm just taking some tape because I found that this definitely secures it and is not very messy. And you'll want to just tape that first part down and just go ahead and wrap your ribbon around. And for this instance, you really can't see that sticky tape that I put down, so it really doesn't matter what placement of your ribbon where it is. So just put it down anywhere. Try to make it centered, of course. And then you'll just want to tape that last piece down. Now, if you want, you can continue to tape all the way across, but it's really not necessary. So you can see on the front here, it's down the center of your card, just like the little tie around Wendy's waist. Last but not least, you'll want to cut down your piece of, I guess this is kind of like a red, blondie, brown hair colored, and you'll want to run that through your your embossing folder, which I used this Cuttlebug embossing folder. And again, with a little bit of Disney magic, voila, we have one done for us today. Again, you'll want to use your liquid glue from Tombow or anything that you have, just because this will get into those little nooks and crannies of the embossing folder, of the embossed part of the card. Just like so, and of course down the middle. And you'll just flip that over and place that on the back side of your card to hide the back of your ribbon. And go ahead and hold that down and make sure that you press it down where the ribbon is firmly, because you don't want it to pucker and you don't want it to come up or rise. So go ahead and press down on all of those corners and where the ribbon is. A little bit shaking there, sorry about that. So there you have it. There is the inside of your card as well as the top. The last piece is your cute little ribbon. Now all I did to achieve that look was I took a piece of really pretty simple blue ribbon, and I'm going to just take a couple of bows, or little loops here rather, just like that, kind of create an M, and you'll want to just kind of cross those over. Teaching you how to tie a bow, I'm sure you all know how to do this, but with one piece, it's a little bit different than tying your shoelace. So then you'll just pull that tight. You want to adjust it as much as you want, but I'm actually quite happy with the way that that looks. Now on the very back side, I'm going to actually use my Simply Defined Stay Put glue, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is just in my head, but I feel like this is gonna last a little bit longer and glue a little bit tighter. So I'll use a generous glob of that and just place my ribbon down. And actually I'm going to place it down this way. And I did it on the top of the ribbons just so that you can actually see the difference between the two ribbons. And there you have it. Once that dries, it is going to dry clear, so you won't see those big globs of glue anymore. There you have it. There is your Disneybounding Wendy Darling greeting card. Now, if you guys would like to see how I created this larger for my sister-in-law, I'm hopefully going to be inserting some pictures of that. The sentiment that I put inside of her card was mother, because Wendy was the lost boy's mother, and I thought that would be a really cute Mother's Day card. And again, you can use this as a birthday card for your mother if you wanted, so you can continue on with the theme. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I will see you next week. Have a great day. Bye!